Alright, so today I want to share with everybody my apartment garden. I did do a lot of winter sowing, so I started a lot of my onions and my cold hardy crops in those milk jugs. And I've transplanted them out today. I'm about 2 weeks out from my last frost. And so I thought I would show everybody what my spring garden looks like. So over here we have the leeks that I started. There's, I do believe, 9 of them in here. I gotta water them still, and eventually I will add some mulch to the top to try to keep the soil nice and moist, but they've just been planted. Over here are some onions. I have 9 or 10 of them planted, started in there. Some more onions, different variety. This is Stuttgarter. So I think there's 9 or 10 of them in there. I just planted my potatoes in these 2 grow bags. I've got 10-gallon grow bags. And so we are gonna see how those come up. I am gonna do a video on this. I've got the intro filmed, although I also wanna include the harvest in the video as well. So I'm probably gonna wait to upload that because I wanna do it all in one. Over here we've got garlic that I planted in the fall. Most of it came up. The bane of my existence, which is squirrels, actually dug up a few of these. And so I'm probably missing 3 or 4 due to the squirrels, but they're still doing pretty well. And then only 2 of my shallots came up, so I just went ahead and where the squirrels had bitten off the garlic, over on this side I planted 2 of the shallots. I have 2 more of the greenhouse, milk jug greenhouses that didn't really do anything. I only planted 1 scarlet kale in here. One thing I did learn with these is that you need to overseed because your germination rate isn't going to be as high. And I probably should have thought of that, but I didn't. So I only planted 1 kale in here because I don't really like kale. And it came up but has since died. And then I've also planted some lavender in this one. And none of that came up either, but I think that was because I had bad seeds, because I've planted the lavender in some other places and tried to start it and even followed the directions for stratifying it on the packaging, but it didn't come up. So I think that might be my seeds in that instance. I have a little portable greenhouse here that I got at Aldi. We'll start out in the front. I just transplanted these today. This is garlic chives. Only 3 of them came up, so I'm gonna probably put some more seed in here. But over here I have red beard bunching onions, which are doing awesome. And then over here I just have regular bunching onions. And then in this little pot I have 2 little broccolis. I'm not sure how they're doing. I might thin this guy out. He looks, even though he's bigger, he looks kind of straggly. This is a strawberry plant that I had last year that died, and I had a hard time keeping the thing watered, so it never was very healthy. I don't really think it's going to come back, but I decided to leave it out here and see if maybe something would happen with it. I have 2 more strawberry plants that I bought this year, and quintillat, just because I wasn't sure if this was going to come up, and because I did start some strawberry seeds inside and only 2 of them came up, and 1 of them already looks like it wants to die. So I wanted some strawberries, so I ended up just going and buying these. Inside the greenhouse here, I decided that just doing the bags was going to be the best use of my space instead of putting a whole bunch of pots in here. So in this one I have sacks of radish. It's coming up. Here I have carrots, and you may say that won't work, but it will, because they're Parisian carrots and they only get about ping pong ball sized. So I do need to thin them a little bit, but they're coming up and they're doing good. Over here I have dwarf Tom Thumb peas, and they're doing good. I gave them this little fence to try to grow them on. They shouldn't grow much taller than the top of this. So, and in the middle here I have some lettuce seed. Over here, here's another type of pea, Desiree Dwarf, or Desire, not really sure. And these are supposed to be purple potted peas. And then some more radishes in the middle. Over here I've got some herbs started. I have dwarf basil, cumin, both are coming up, thyme, which I can't wait for, and some oregano. Really baby little tiny little starts. Here I've got lettuce. This is spinach. Probably some other type of lettuce. They are all of the more dwarf variety of lettuces too. And then some bok choy, which I keep killing because I keep forgetting to water. Same with back here. These are some purple carrots that I started. And I forget to water this one too. And it dries out quick, and so I did have a lot more starts in there, but they died back, so I'm gonna have to end up replanting those. Back here I have some sweet alyssum. Doesn't look like anything's come up yet. I got some marigolds started. These are petite marigolds because when you grow in containers you need smaller varieties of things. I've got purple basil, dill, bee balm, and then these three are calendula, and it looks like only one of those is coming up. Back over here I've got some more carrots in this planter, and I don't remember what variety I planted in there. I promised myself I was going to mark things this year so I wouldn't forget, but here we are. So that's everything in the greenhouse. I do put some of these pots in the greenhouse when it's going to be especially cold out one night. So over here, this I actually grew over winter, and I had a tote, which you will see in a little bit, over top of it. So over here I have some more radishes, which aren't doing all that hot. And then I have more spinach here. This is I can't remember what it's called, but it's supposed to be similar to broccoli, only grows much better here, and it went over the winter. I mean, it never produced anything. This is a couple month old plant, but I must have spilled some lettuce seed here, and then there's another radish, but it's doing pretty well. I got some spinach I could harvest off of there. Here I have echinacea, chives from last year that came back, oops. And then in these two pots I don't have anything yet. So that's the backyard garden. I also have some stuff growing in the front. We'll go around and take a look at that. Oh, actually, in the ground here, I decided to see, because I didn't till this, nothing grows here. And so I wanted to do a little experiment and see why that was, or if I could get something to grow. So here I have some carrots. Now this is really clay soil. It's not very good. But these particular carrots were supposed to do really well in clay soil. They only get about this long and they're thick. And it's a new variety this year from Baker Creek. So I decided to start those in there and see how they did, just as an experiment. Here we have some radishes. Pretty much one of these dies a day. This used to be full of them, and then they just don't do well over here. And then I have some cilantro over here. I also planted parsley here, but nothing came up. So a little bit of cilantro. Over across the yard here, I planted some peas in here. These are another dwarf variety pea, although I don't remember what they are. And they're doing okay. I've got this over because the squirrels, but nothing stops squirrels. They're ravenous beasts. So you can see where they've dug around in here. But it does keep the rabbits out, because we've got approximately 7,000 rabbits within a square mile of where I live. So here I've got peas as well. I think they're kind of stunted, to be honest, because this is that same really hard clay soil. Nothing really grows along this fence line here, so I decided to see. And they've been this size for a while. But they also are outside, not protected by the greenhouse like those other peas, but they are about 4 weeks older than those other peas, and those other peas are surpassing them. So now a little of that. If I would have chosen this apartment right here, I could have planted all of my stuff right on this driveway here, because it's a perfect south-facing side of the house, but I chose the wrong side. Silly me. So I couldn't help myself. I got some honeyberry plants. I got 2 of them, two different varieties. They said they pollinated each other well. So I got Borealis and then Blueberry, Honeyberry. I don't think they're going to produce this year. They've kind of taken a beating since I got them. We had a ton of hard winds. They do have some flowers on them, but oh well. In here I have some Johnny Jump Ups, an orange sherbet variety. So instead of having the purple and yellow leaves, they have purple and orange. And then over here we've got two more potatoes, all the same variety. Again, there will be a video on that, but I'm just testing out to see which location they do better in. I kind of think they're going to do better up here. This is the tub that goes over the other bag outside of the greenhouse where the spinach was growing. And I've just got it out here for some seed starts. So over here are all my variety of tomato. We've got Mini Bell, Orange Hat, some eggplant that hasn't come up. Ooh, ground cherries. This is my first year growing these, and this is the first time. I've tried 3 times to get these things to germinate, and this is the first time they've come up. There's multiples, yay. And then I've got blue cream cherry tomatoes and Hungarian heart tomatoes. Over here I got some sage, some savory, a jalapeno pepper, both of these are, and I've dug down a little bit and they actually have sprouted. They haven't come up yet, but they are going to. 2 miniature sweet yellow peppers, some portulaca flowers. These have the tiniest seeds, but they germinated so well. I have a zucchini plant, and then I've got some phlox coming up. I think only these 4 germinated, but that's okay. So, and then in this one, I've got a Brussels sprout. This is one of the biggest pests that we have that bit this off, and this is my dog Nala and her little razor front teeth that she loves to come and just saw the greenery off of my plants. Some more eggplant. This has been in here for a while. It never germinated, so I tried to restart it over here. This is another Golden Alexandria strawberry. This is the one plant I was talking about where I only got 2 of them to come up, and one of them wasn't looking that hot, and that's this little guy. So we'll see how that goes. That's why I bought those. And then some rosemary. And these I bring in at night and bring out during the day and set them under here so that they have a little bit of protection. And I have some peppers started in the house and some more seed starts that haven't germinated yet, like cucumbers and things, but that's what I've got for now. I will continue to do garden tours this summer of my apartment garden, and if you're on your road to the homestead like me, you can go ahead and subscribe and follow along. Thank you.